and these mystical beings that really love sushi or are masters of sushi exist. This boy or girl, Musashi, they leave their village on a really empty stomach, and they encounter this man that ends up feeding them sushi for the very first time. And Musashi thinks that this thing is the most amazing, delicious food ever.
Right, he's never had it before,
Yeah,
and it
never.
just blows his little mind.
Yes, and so, but unfortunately their encounter gets, disrupted very quickly due to a notorious organization. But that becomes a catalyst of Musashi encountering a mythical being that specializes in sushi, and he decides to share his power with him, and then they decide to go off on this journey to become the ultimate sushi striker.
Pretty straightforward.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
The standard,
I think so. I think it is.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Now, I should say that this game is obviously it's all in Japanese and very much in development right now. So we're pretty lucky to take this early a look at it. But I think it's really rad, and I think you guys will really enjoy it. So let's go into our first
let's
sushi
hop in.
battle.
All right. So this is a puzzle action game, and as you can see here, both myself and the opponent have 3 lanes of sushi, and similar to real life conveyor belt sushi, the plates symbolize, well, in real life conveyor belt sushi, the plates symbolize a price.
Right.
But here, it actually amounts to the amount of damage that you can inflict on your opponent.
Yep.
So what you're trying to do is actually chain plates to make a really big stack.
And you're going to have the touch screen on the bottom screen there.
That's right. And so I did say that each person has 3 conveyor belts, but there's actually one on top of my screen that's a gold one, and that's actually shared. So either myself or the opponent can actually take from that belt. And the other thing, too, is that you have 7 seconds to create your chain. If you try to hold on to it and try to make a stack as much as you can, you lose that stack.
Yeah, that would have been an awesome stack. You had a lot of sushi there.
I just wanted to prove a point.
Right. Yeah.
But the other thing, too, is that you can lose it if it goes off screen.
Right. So you gotta act fast. Gotta get that sushi
And so you're hurling these plates at the opponent, and it looks like your health is at the top of the bottom screen. So
that's right.
You've got about 4,000 or so. Your opponent's got a little over 3,000 in the red bar up there in this sushi battle.
And I definitely want to strategize. Like, I see that there's a lot of green plates here, so I'm going to try to make, or blue plates, so I'm going to try to make a really big plate. And you'll see that I'll start accruing 5 stacks on the bottom screen. And so if I make an actual 6 stack, that automatically curls to the opponent. But I could also just grab it and throw it at him.
Right.
The chains that I make actually will build this lantern meter that's at the top of the touch screen. And so once it fills up, which I'm going to try here.
Nice.
Almost. There we go. Oh, not yet. There we go. Musashi gets like super empowered. There's more plates of similar color, so I can make chains a lot easier. And then there's also a multiplier added to the stacks that are on the bottom touchscreen. And with that, that means that the multiplier on the stacks do much more damage. So I'm actually going to end my opponent here.
I just love the setting of eating those sushi and throwing your plates at the opponent.
I know, like, I get more powerful by eating more sushi.
Right.
Like, I mean, I wish that was in real life, because if I could eat more food and become that powerful,
Anyone who's been to a
awesome.
conveyor belt sushi restaurants knows the feeling of, like, right when you get done with your meal, you have that huge stack of plates, right? That's how your bill is determined.
Yeah. So you'll see here that I got a C rank. Unfortunately, I didn't do that well.
Oh, that's okay.
But it's related to my score.
Yeah.
But there's also these 3 stars, and those are actually related to the objectives that I've accomplished within that level.
Right.
And also here, you'll see that both Musashi and their companions are leveled up according to the levels that you're able to successfully win.
Right.
And I'll actually go into more detail on that.
Right, yeah. We'll do that next.
So actually, Corey, why don't you take a stab?
Yeah, give it a try. Thank you.
Yeah.
So you were talking about those companions. If you see our little white fluffy guy who's our little companion here.
That's right. So the little lion character that's with...
Whoa.
So right there, the opponent used his unicorn character's ability, which sped up the lanes. Musashi has this lion character, and his power-up, you'll see the green bar that's next to his face on the
Right.
touchscreen. It actually slowly increases depending on the sushi type that Musashi eats. And each companion will have an affinity to a specific sushi,
Yeah.
and that will change as they level up throughout the game. And obviously, they'll become more powerful. Each of these characters, they actually have a special ability. So the unicorn sped up the lanes, but the lion character has a different ability, which hopefully Corey Hill will be able to show it here in a
Getting
second.
close.
Okay. Going crazy again. Oh.
Doing
there
all
we
right,
go.
Go,
Corey.
go, Corey. Believe
Here
me.
we go.
There we go.
There you go.
So now it's ready, and what happens is all the plates that are on this active screen turn into a single color, and that allows for Corey to chain all of these plates into a single large stack.
Right,
that
he's
means
got that
extra
huge
damage.
stack there in the middle.
Yeah,
So-
and now his lantern meter, it allows for this special mode, and it's added all these appliers now on the touch screen. So
Oh, look at
Corey
that.
can
Look at that
throw
plate.
these.
Nice.
Oh, you should totally throw those.
You ready?
Right.
Oh.
Yes!
So you have two ways of attacking the enemies. Either it'll drop off automatically when you fill up another row, or you can actually manually swipe up on the screen and throw those plates at the opponent,
That's right.
which is pretty great. It's
Cool.
very satisfying, you know, when they've been dealing a lot of damage to you and you have the option. Oh, S rank.
Nice.
Very good.
Well
Corey.
done.
You set me up for success. You.
I thought that would be a challenge considering he did executed that move like right at the beginning. You had me fooled.
Great job.
All right, so we're gonna go to another level. I'm gonna ask Corey to play this one too. But before we do, I'm actually gonna add more companions. So in this game, you're able to get more companions as you keep playing through the game. So I'm gonna add this electric cat, and I'm gonna add this little
Let's do it.
penguin.
Yeah. I like that guy.
Yeah. Cool. Let's do that. And each companion has their own ability, so again, you have to keep strategizing as to, if you find that a level is too hard, you might want to keep going to previous levels and keep, leveling up so you become stronger.
Yeah.
Or you can try to find another companion to use during that and try to get the upper hand against your opponent.
Yeah, and you can see them all on the bottom left now, right? Those are all of my companions.
That's
so
right.
Their bars are going to fill up as they eat particular kinds of sushi.
That's right.
But your opponent also has 3 companions active now, so
It's even now.
Yeah.
It's 3 against 3.
right.
There's that locked sushi plate. I want it.
Oh, that's right. So you'll see at the gold conveyor belts at the very top of the touchscreen, there's these covered plates, and that
we
actually
go.
has a lantern, and you definitely it's
Just got it.
located, so you have to get that certain number of plates in order to grab onto it, and you definitely want to get it before your opponent because again, it turns
All right.
it
I've got my
automatically
yellow
throws
cat.
that lantern.
Yellow cat is ready.
Oh, use it. So what he does is if you throw the plates, it has an electric buff that when you throw it against the enemy, it does that extra damage,
Yeah.
which I personally like. That's my
Right, yeah.
favorite one.
That's awesome. And so you'll see in the bottom right-hand corner of the bottom screen, you have like a live camera feed that shows you sort of a different take on the action. You can see the enemy eating his sushi.
All right,
and
my
then-
penguin is ready as well.
Oh.
Get some desserts.
Awesome.
So tapping these desserts will replenish your health, and that can be handy, especially when you're in a tight spot.
Absolutely, yeah. The enemy just unleashed some electric attacks on Corey, so that extra HP will come in handy.
Yeah. So you're saying that live feed, yeah, that actually interchanges between you and the opponent depending on the highlights of the battle.
Yeah, it's really fun to watch.
Mhm.
You don't have necessarily all the time in the world when you're playing this game. It is pretty hectic when you're in there. You got to focus on your lanes, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
Great job.
Well
Make
done.
me hungry.